welcome to Mindset. So there are people still coming in. The other day, Allison showed us a really, really amazing video by Stormy Wellington, one of the most incredible network marketing professionals that there is. And I've just been looking through more of her content. And what I decided was there was a video that I found that I really want to dissect for you guys today. But then next week, we're going to go on to Quasi, because that's the manifestation man that I've just found, who's like, oh my goodness. Hello, everyone who's just joined. So good to see you. So this is one of my favorite things too. So we're going to start off the call with me just showing you a video of this woman on stage. And hello, everyone. What I'd love everyone to do is just spend the time, because this is mindset, envisioning yourself in her shoes when she's on stage, like really embodying what that is, where her posture comes from. That's like, this is a really cool embodiment exercise. Well, we're going to get information obviously from the call, but just so that we can start to put ourselves into the shoes of someone successful, because in mindset, it's really important. What we believe is what we become. So this is something I do every single day. Even when I'm on calls, I speak with the finesse of, like, I have posture, like the fear has gone, but that's because I've done it so many times. So let's me share this video. And I'm really excited because we're just gonna watch. I've got some notes I want to go on, and I hope that this is just really, really beneficial, because I love this video.
Doing the rocks.
I think you're on mute. Is that going to stop it from playing the audio?
Objections. And I looked up the definition of objection, and it says an expression or feeling of disapproval or opposition, a reason for disagreeing, the action of challenging or disagreeing with something. And when they asked me to talk about this topic, at first, I tried to get all fancy and get all smart. And I said, no, Stormy, be real with the people. How does one overcome objections? How do you overcome objections? And so the first thing I want to ask each and every one of you today is, give me some objections that's getting in the way of you and your next level. All you guys on virtual, type in the comment section right now some objections that's currently getting in your way. No money, no time, lack of education, you don't feel good enough. Come on, procrastination, fear, doubt, too old. Come on, y'all type some comments in the comment section. What are the objections that's currently getting in your way? Because the reality is this: you cannot move past your objection until you identify what is the objection. You gotta know that you are becoming the story that you keep telling yourself. You cannot be defined by your objections, but what you got to learn to do is, y'all say this out your mouth right now: I defy the odds. Come on, virtual audience, I defy the odds. Say it with like you mean it. I defy the odds. I defy the odds. I set new standards. This whole industry, listen, it defies the odds. It defies the objections that the world set for us. The world says go to school, get good grades, go to college, get married, have the 2.5 kids, the White House, the picket fence. But what if I told you that I dropped out of school in the 9th grade? What if I told you I had my first child at 15? What if I told you that I remember being 13 years old in a strip club trying to find a way to make some money to take care of my family at 13? What if I told you that I used to be depressed and I used to be suicidal? What if I told you there were times that I didn't even have any belief in myself, no confidence? And then all I decided to do was to start telling myself a different story. So I wanted to come up with 10 steps to overcoming objections. And it says do work. Can y'all see that? Do work. Let me tell y'all why that's so important. When I say do work, I'm talking about the inner work. This industry, for me, is nothing but a personal development company. Your check will show you who you are. Your check will show you, are you growing or are you not growing? Your team will show you if you're growing or if you're not growing. As a matter of fact, can we give it up to my team that's actually in the house today? Y'all give it up for my team. Hello, y'all see that? Hello. Hey. All right. If you're on my team right now, when you're in the Zoom room right now, go ahead and drop some fire. But do work. God is about who you gotta become. It's the inner work that you gotta do, and you gotta know that everybody goes through seasons of doubting themselves. Everyone goes through seasons when they're not aware of who they are and their full potential. But you gotta do work. Can I say do work? So how do I overcome objections? When I find myself slipping or getting low, because you can feel when your momentum is slipping. You can feel when your energy level is slipping. You can feel it. Even leaders, I don't care if you make $1 million a month. You go through seasons where you got to remember who you are and find different ways to tap into your potential, not potential, passing over opportunity repeatedly, but you got to go tap into your potential, which means we all have the power to do whatever it is we desire to do. So you got to do work. Can I say do work? And we got to show up. So how I overcome objections, can I tell you the truth? I don't even identify them. Outside objections. I deal with my internal objections. I don't worry about what the people say about me. Because if I was defined by the things that people said about me, I would not be up here on this stage. If I allowed all the odds and all the haters and the naysayers and the people that come and go, the people that don't believe, if I allowed that to become a part of who I am, I would not be the woman that I am today. So what I do to overcome objection is I work harder. I do more work and I show up even bigger. I purposely wore this green sparkling outfit. Thank you. Hello, because this to me symbolizes growth and it symbolizes money and it symbolizes never staying the same. So I could talk, by the way, but I wanted to make sure that I did not miss out on the things that I really do. When they gave me the title, I said, Stormy, give me what you do. Because at the end of the day, you got 35 seven-figure, multiple seven-figure earners that you coach in the industry. You have the ability to do things that the average person cannot do. You are truly an anomaly. And I accept that as my truth. I'm not in denial about it. I'm not afraid of my power. I'm not afraid of how I show up. I'm more afraid of not showing up because I allow other things to overcome my potential and my power. So first thing that I encourage you to do every single day is tap into your future. Imagination and visualization. Who do you see yourself becoming? No matter how successful you are right now, who do you want to become in the future? You're not a tree. You can move. You have to know that whatever you see with your mind's eyes is what you're becoming. And so every day I look at different women, I look at different people, and I see myself becoming whatever I see myself becoming. I look at Miss Marina. Man, I love how she kept saying badass to me. Like, that's a new word for me. Y'all give it up to Miss Badass to me with Marina Ward. Hello. So imagination and visualization. You got to see yourself every single day greater than you currently are. And you got to have like that childlike imagination. It's like when we become adults, we're so adults. But what if you still had that childlike imagination? Like, I could become Superwoman. Like I see that for myself. Like, it's so funny because my goal is 60 million. And then I'm in the back with Eric and he's like, I see 100. I didn't even say 60 million. He didn't even know this. He's like, I see you as $100 million. Like, you got to get $100 million. I'm like, I just wanted 60. And he's like 100. But see, that's why it's important to be around people that stretch you, that don't allow you to get comfortable, that see more people than you even see for yourself. So visualization. Like every day, spend time with seeing yourself on the canvas of your imagination. If you look up that word imagination, you can break it down. Image, I, nation. How I see myself is what I am becoming in the world. And here's what you got to know. The world sees you kind of different than how you even see yourself. So you got to show up even bigger. If they see you kind of opposite of how you see yourself, you got to show up real big because you got to help themselves even bigger as well. So imagination, visualization, I do this every day. You know, I sometimes see myself in Eric, he's a man. I see myself in, you know, different people. It doesn't have to be the same sex. But what do you see for yourself? You can take so many different things from other people and visualize it as being who you are. So every day I see myself on the canvas of my imagination. Mindset, mentorship, and growth. When you change your mind, you change your money. Your mindset is your greatest asset. And sometimes we're so afraid to invest in ourselves. We're so afraid to grow because I don't know if it's the fear of changing so much. I don't know if it's the fear of not being able to handle the next level. I really don't know what the fear is for many of you, but I know that's why it's important that you imagine yourself being someone different and you visualize it at the same time, because your mindset now is what has to change when you get to that next level. So when is the last time you made a big investment in yourself? Like, I get mad when I can't find things to invest in. Like this break free class session, this 10-week session that we're gonna be able to all participate in, that's incredible. To be able to collapse decades into days, to be able to take 10 weeks and learn 100 different strategies and you decide which one you want to implement immediately, to be able to have all these years of knowledge condensed into 10 weeks, like that is huge. That is huge. But if you look at it like the money that you got to spend, then that's the wrong mentality. You got to think, okay, if I get to be in the room, in the environment with the experts, can I say experts? Can I say experts? Virtual artist type experts. I get to learn from the people that are actually doing it. They have the results. I know that Marina and Eric Worre would not put people on a stage or on a platform that does not have the outward results. You know what? I want the results. I see myself as becoming a multi-millionaire. I see myself as the one that's going to break generational curses off my family. I see myself as the first multi-millionaire. Here's the deal. The way you know if you really see yourself that way is when you make the investments in yourself. Because if you really see yourself that way, you know that the money's going to come right back. Y'all ever heard of spend a check and get it right back? Exactly. That's what happens when you change your mindset. So mentorship is everything. There's a difference between a coach and a mentor. But I would tell you the right mentor will truly allow you to do things that you never, ever saw yourself doing. And one of the things I love about mentorship is that you borrow your mentor's beliefs. See, a real mentor doesn't have time to play with you because a real mentor wants you to get the results. Me personally, I don't want to work with someone that I know is not possible or capable, of getting the results, because it's embarrassing to me to connect myself to you and then you become a failure. Let me repeat that. It's embarrassing for me and for a mentor, someone that's winning, to connect themselves to someone that's not winning. And then now you've co-branded and co-marketing and you're losing. That means I'm not a good mentor. So when you find someone that's a mentor to you, your goal and your job is to be their biggest story. You want to make your mentor proud. Like, interestingly enough, there are people that used to mentor me that I don't even talk to anymore. But I know that they tell my story. So that's marketing. That's them wishing me well. And then guess what happens in the intro? You grow through the process of the right mentorship. And that's one thing I want everybody to pay attention to. Is this right? I want everybody to pay attention to this, because when you have the right mentor, you're growing. But here's the question. Are you the right student? A lot of times you think that you're better than your mentor. A lot of times you don't even realize your mentor is mentoring you, because you think it looks like, sit down, it's time for class, bring your notebook and bring your notepad. No, mentorship could be, dealing with someone that may not even talk to you every day. It could be, I may talk to you once a month, once a year. I may never even talk to you, but I'm watching you and I'm emulating your moves. I'm emulating your steps. And so mentorship and everything that you do with mentorship and your mindset should contribute to your growth. And if you're not growing, you need to check yourself and ask yourself, is it my fault why I'm not growing? What is causing me to not get to the next level? Am I aligned with my mentor? Am I really listening to my mentor? Or am I just like being a friend with my mentor? Think about that. Now, number 3, promotions. You have to master the art of promotions. Whatever business you're in, listen, what you lack in skills, you make up in numbers. Promote, promote, promote. Become a major, major, major promoter. And don't become a salesman. Become a promoter by using the product, using the service, finding the value that the service adds to people. Because everybody who's in a network marketing company, it's the service or the product that you like. You should like it. And if you like it, are you telling people about it? Are you using every opportunity that you can to promote it? And I'm not just talking about promoting on social media. Like everywhere you go, you should be advocating for your product or your service. You should be y'all write this down. Master the art of promotions. The same way they will promote a basketball game, a football game. You master the art of promotions. And remember, what you lack in skills, you make up in numbers. See, everybody always want to know what to do, what to do, what to do. Promote. Number 4, this is a big one. You ever see somebody that was once a big deal? You're like, what happened to them? Y'all all have seen it. Like, they used to have a fire about them. They used to have this zeal about them. They used to have this energy about them. It's like, it's just not the same. But let me tell y'all something. In our industry, we have to stay relevant. You have to. Whether you lose some weight and transform and like you get some muscles, or you dress different, or you will get your teeth done, you go get your hair done different, you start getting personal growth and development. Like, you got to reinvent yourself. You ever keep seeing this person and it's like, stay fly. Stay fly, stay catching their attention. You are your billboard. People should look at you and always be inspired. Listen, write this down. If you're a man, every man should be inspired to be like you. And if you're a man, every woman should be like, whoo, what would it be like to be with him? Oh, hello, y'all better write that down. Stay relevant. Every 12 to 18 months, you got to reinvent yourself. People get bored with you. People get bored with you. Then you got to do something to shock the world. So continue reinventing yourself every 12 to 18 months. Continue to be relevant. Nothing hurts worse for me than to see someone that was a big deal. And I'm like, what happened? She fell off. He fell off. And that can happen. Now, impact and income. Here's my philosophy. Focus on the impact and the income will come. You should not just be chasing the dollar. People could smell that you're chasing a dollar. They can smell when you're just trying to sell them something. I don't want to buy from someone that's just trying to sell me something. As a matter of fact, if you want to get your business to grow even more, promote the feeling that your product or your service will provide. What is the feeling that your product will provide? What is the feeling that your service will provide? Stop trying to sell somebody all the time and think about it like this. I'm going to buy it if I think it's going to help me. If I believe it's going to help me to live a better life, and you're telling me about it, you want people to start feeling like, man, thank you for putting me up on that. That should be the energy that your promotions give. Like, wow, I didn't know that could do that for me. Man, I've been dealing with this, and now you're telling me this product can help me with this. It's more like a thank you. So your whole objective when your promotions, when you're marketing, when you're out there doing your thing, should be, what is the feeling that my product or my service can provide? What is the solution that my product or service is providing? And you don't have to just think income. No, I'm always thinking impact. And I truly believe, y'all may want to write this down, virtual audience, y'all may want to write this down. I truly believe that everything that I promote will make your life better. So when I'm telling you about it, I'm like, please do this. You need this. It's going to give you peace. It's going to make you look good. It's going to make you feel good. Impact and income. Now, number 6, law of attraction. You are really attracting who and what you are for real. Not what you pretend to be, not what you post on social media to be. But if you are attracting a lot of certain type of people in your business, it's because you need to probably look at yourself. And this is something that I had to realize. Like, why am I attracting these type of people? And when I really took account of who I am or who I was when I attracted them, I'm like, Stormy used to be just like her. Used to act just like that. And that's why a lot of those people fell off, because I'm not that anymore. So you attract a certain person, certain type of people and energies when you are that.
And then when they leave, you be grateful because that means you probably outgrew that energy anyway. So the law of attraction is always showing up in your life. Your income is based upon the law of attraction, the energy that you look at, and the energy that you give off. Some of you guys are afraid of your money. You're pushing your money away. Listen, negative energy scares the money away. But just know whoever you really are is what you are attracting. Like I'm finding myself in these big old rooms. I'm finding my friends are changing. Like the people that call me, like, and like they don't need me. They got their own money. They got planes and, you know, multi-million dollar portfolios, net worth 50 million, 60 million, 100 million. And I'm like, sometimes I'm pinching myself real, like, wow. But it's like, Stormy, look at you. You're no longer driven by the money. You're no longer the person you used to be. What do you think has happened, girl? You are attracting these kind of relationships. You deserve it. Y'all write this down. Deserve means a reward or punishment. You could deserve to be punished right now. Karma. What are you showing up as to the people? Who are you really? So just know deserve means a reward or punishment. And all it really should mean to you is that it's time to recalibrate. If I'm not attracting what I want, guess what you got to do? Number 7. Always, I do this every day. ADD. See, when I was a young girl, they told me I had attention deficit disorder. And I used to really be bothered by it because it made me afraid of myself. It made me afraid to talk to people. It made me afraid because it's the truth. Like I get bored quick. But I've learned to channel my boredom into something else. So ADD means this: assess,
Alice, your mic is off.
how much money you don't have. You're a seed right now. Why are you a seed? Because you should be growing. I know that I make a lot of money. It hit me the other day that I could literally retire right now and at least pull $50,000 to $100,000 a month, and I don't have to do anything else. And I'm like, wow, Stormy, you're 42 years old. Thank you. You dropped out of school in the 9th grade. There's sometimes I'm like, now I have to do this. I don't have to do this. But then it's like, no, Stormy, you are on soil, which means every time somebody gets in your environment, they're supposed to grow. So I am a lot of people's soil, but I also know when it's time for me to be the seed. When I was in the back, just talking to Eric, and yesterday when I was in the back talking to Eric, I was the seed. That means shut up, seed.
Or they're on sale for $1.
But then here's what happens to a lot of people. Here's what happens to a lot of people, and I want to come down here and talk to y'all for a minute, and I'm almost done. A lot of us have become the saboteurs. What does that mean? A saboteur is someone that self-sabotages. When you stop growing, when you stop thinking that you can grow, when you stop putting yourself in the right environments because you're too cheap, or you're so scared to invest your money, or you're so afraid to go into different rooms, or you're so afraid to listen, you're a saboteur. So in every given moment, you got to ask yourself, am I the seed in this situation? Should I shut up and grow? Stop thinking, oh, I know what he's going to say. Oh, I know what she's going to say. Oh, I know, I memorized that. She said that before. I know. Are you supposed to be a seed right now? Which means you should be growing. Are you supposed to be the store right now? Which means these people are around you for you to help them to grow. Are they growing around you? When they leave from around you, who are they? Or are you being a saboteur, talking crazy to yourself? Not saying you don't deserve it. You're not good enough. You're not smart enough. You're not cute enough. You're not fine enough. You know, you're not like her. I can't talk like her. I can't. So now you're sabotaging yourself. And that is what a lot of people do. I don't care how much money you have or have gotten. I've seen people sabotage themselves over and over again. That is why gotta remember, stop taking yourself so serious. Stop being so serious all the time. Like, this is what I had to tell myself, Stormy, girl, yeah, you can retire and make $50,000 to $100,000 a month. Yeah, people have hurt you and betrayed you and used you and played you and all that. But girl, have fun. You work so hard to become this person. Like, freedom is what you fought for. Guys, write this down. Create a mission statement for your life. See, my mission, I've been speaking it to myself for 8 years. I'm like, why are you like this? Why won't you stop? Why don't you rest? Like, when I'm home, y'all, I don't rest. I'm always, but now I'm starting to incorporate a little fun. See, when you have fun, you get more work done. And if you're in the right company, you can have fun and still make money and still be impactful and still be a leader and still be great and all of that. But the reason why I realize it's like, guys, whatever you speak is what you are becoming and what you are attracting. And so for the last 8 years, I've been saying that the mission of my life is to be one of the most impactful women that ever lived while living a quality of life and doing whatever I want for myself and for others. And literally, I'm walking in that manifestation of what I've been speaking for the last 8 years. That is the mission of my life, to be one of the most impactful Black women of this day and age. I want a person to come around me and they grow. I don't care if they hate me in the growth process. As long as you grow after you come from around me, I've done my job. Because I know that I'm a soil for a lot of people. And the enemy would love to stop me. The enemy would love for me to say, girl, you got enough money to retire. You can literally live off 50 to 100 grand a month for 20 years and be good. But that's not good enough for me. I got impact. I got a mission. I got a vision. And I can't be impactful without being impacted, so things are gonna hurt for me. But every time you get impacted, guess what happens? You become more impactful. Come on, audience. Whenever you get impacted, you should become more impactful. Because you're supposed to know your power, who you are. Come on, Nadine. Come on, Joanne. Come on, Isis, look yourself in that camera and say, hey, the mission of my life is whatever you want it to be. Social media. Social media is one of the greatest free tools that can help you to transform lives all over the world. How do you show up on social media every day? Man, I can't wait for the Break Free training class. Like, I had to rush students, but I got stuck. Listen, I can stay on social media for 9 hours. I have 1.3 million followers on Instagram organically. I got hundreds of thousands of followers on TikTok organically. Like, I don't pay for like different things, but it's because my social media is a destination. People come to my social media and they know they're gonna get 4 things all the time. And one, they're gonna get a humble woman. Humility, I call it HEAM. Humility, educate, entertain, motivate. That's what I do on my page every single day. And when we get into the Break Free training, I'm gonna go more deeper into how I do what I do, guys. I make millions of dollars on Instagram. And now I'm tapping into Facebook. And man, I make like 8 grand a month on YouTube now. And I'm just getting started. All right. I'm monetizing my YouTube. I'm doing more on TikTok. So social media is an incredible platform for you to leverage, but a lot of y'all not doing it the right way. You don't take it serious, but it's a big, big opportunity for you to connect greatly in the whole world, guys. Facebook, TikTok, Instagram should be your wheelhouse. YouTube, all of those different platforms. We'll talk more about that when we get into the training. And number 10, collaboration is the new currency. Like, whether you want to realize it or not, we are in collaboration with the most powerful women in network marketing, all of us. The more we tell people we attend to this type of events, the more people respect us. You promoting that you're at the most powerful woman in network marketing is like, wait, they don't know if you're not the most powerful woman in network marketing yet. Hello, they don't know if you're not the most powerful woman in network marketing yet. Come on, drop some fire because you know that you are becoming. Come on, drop some fire. Touch me. Let me tell y'all something. Stay close to the fire. Separate yourself from people that don't have no passion. Separate yourself from people that steal people, still hating, still broke, still worried, still frustrated. Stay away from people that ain't moving. I told y'all yesterday that progress is the key to happiness and the glue that makes happiness stick. You should be moving what? Forward. You know what the definition of forward means? Onward towards success. Let me tell y'all something, and I'm almost done. I got 49 seconds. When failure is not an option for you anymore, success becomes inevitable. Hello? Failure has to no longer be a negotiable for you. You have to think about this, and I literally wanted to come out of the song Money, Power, Respect for real, but I couldn't find it. Because in the reality is this, we all want money, we want power, and we want respect. How many of y'all want that? Drop some fire if you want that. Raise your hand. It's the truth. But can I tell y'all something? It's all about the person that you have to become. Collaborate correctly. Collaboration is a new currency. Stay away from people that don't have the fire, that don't have the passion, that don't have the knowledge, that don't say to themselves, failure is not an option. I want y'all to stand up real quick. I want everybody to stand up right now. We are about to do something amazing in this industry, and I'm almost done. Please don't cut me off. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth, and I bought a tissue because I knew I would get emotional. This industry has changed my life. It's changed a lot of people's lives. And though I have developed a portfolio where I make 7 figures outside of network marketing, somebody walked into me the other day at the airport, and Melo could tell y'all this is true, and I got pissed. She said, you're gonna leave network marketing. I got goosebumps. She said, you're gonna retire from network marketing and you're gonna go on to do other great things. And you should have saw me walking through the airport, defending myself. I said, you're crazy. I'm never leaving network marketing. You know why? Because this is the only industry that can let you get started. It doesn't matter if you come from Yale or jail. It doesn't matter if you have a PhD or a GED. You can start your network marketing career with $100, $200, $300. Where can you do that at?
Okay. Sorry, just taking this off my screen. Hi. So guys, yeah, that I saw this video maybe like a week ago, and I took so many notes in case anyone missed anything. I wanted to show more Stormy because I think it's the more we watch these, the more this really starts to get into our head, you know, the posture of the people at the top. Like, no one could tell this woman otherwise. We need to get ourselves to that point where there is no other inevitable rather than our success, us being huge in this industry, us changing all of those lives. So I thought I'd just quickly recap some of my points.
I'm Joey, and I'm one of the 30 AI voices from
Hello,
Speech.
Joey. Let's turn
You
off
listened
my
to this
YouTube.
video until now, and
That
you
would be
probably
good.
couldn't tell I'm not a real human voice.
Sorry, guys. My YouTube kept playing.
That's
Okay, good, it stopped. Sorry about that. We've got to talk about, so she was talking about objections that are getting in the way of your next level. So fear, procrastination, money, age, looks. There's always something with everyone here, but we can't move past that until we know what the objection is. Like, why? Why are we feeling that way? We become the story that we keep telling ourselves. Truly, this is so true. So we need to just start telling ourselves a different narrative. Yes, Eric.
I have a question.
Yes.
I have a question. I'm curious if anyone out there, and if you would feel comfortable sharing with us, if anyone felt triggered by anything that she said, and or if you would feel comfortable sharing with us what triggered you that she said, and maybe why it triggered you or why you think it triggered you. Would anyone feel comfortable in sharing that? I'm just curious.
That's really good, Eric. It's true. Anything at all. Were you Eric, by anything, honestly?
No. I was celebrating. I'm sorry if something's going on with my camera here for some reason. I was celebrating everything that she said. I felt there was a lot of truth in it. You know, I'm not the only thing she said that I kind of chuckled at was when she said, if you're a man, you would want, I think she said something like you would want every woman to want to be with you or something. Anyway, I'm happy if my wife wants to be with me, that's it. But no, other than that, I mean, I felt like there was she's got a very direct way of speaking, which I like. Maybe not everyone appreciates that because some people like things very soft served to them. But I mean, there's truth in it. And she literally just tells it like it is. I think that a lot of times we need to hear it that way because so many different things are soft served, and it hasn't served us in the past. We need to just give it to me straight. That's the way she is. That's the way Stormy, like, she doesn't mince words. She's going to give it to you directly. But I was just wondering if anyone got triggered by anything out there, if anyone felt comfortable sharing, if they were, and if you are, like, it's okay, because it's actually a good thing if something like that hits you in a certain way and you're kind of like, no, I don't know if that really agreed with me right now, because it identifies some areas where you can work on those things. So Caroline had her hand up. Can you share with us, Caroline?
Yeah, it was kind of not trigger, but it does something because like not every day, let's say I will feel good, which I know is human, but if we become what we think, like I don't, even when I did so much personal development, yoga, meditation, everything, like to keep like a positive self-talk, for me it's like the I think the biggest trigger, because she said you become what you think, and I know it's not like always good.
Well, thank you for being so honest with us. Yeah. But I think a lot of us do struggle with negative thoughts. I mean, we all do in a way, right? Because our minds are hardwired that way in a way. It's part of our fight or flight nature that we need to survive, to be identifying potential threats. So we can sometimes get really into that mindset on a daily basis. But if we stay in that mindset too much, then we're going to miss opportunity. We're not going to attract the abundance that we need into our life because we're always so worried about what we may lose, fear of loss.
So it's kind of to believe more and more the good one, and kind of close down, like to know that is some kind of danger, but more good thing than bad thing, something like that, I guess.
But it's hard, it's hard to retrain the brain to think that way because we've been thinking in a certain pattern for so long. You know what I mean? Could be our whole lives we've thought mostly negative thoughts, and now we're trying to slowly retrain our brains to think in a more positive way. It's not something that we're going to be able to overcome overnight, right? So you got to be really patient with yourself. And the one thing I would say is support around you of positive people in general in your life is going to really help. Like being part of this community, joining these kinds of calls, like that gets us thinking in a more positive direction, and helps us drown out the negative thoughts we may be having.
Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. That was so beautiful. And I saw, Sam wrote in the chat, which is really, really interesting and so relevant. Not necessarily triggered, but the fact that my success or lack of success is all on me. And that's a tough one for everyone. But actually, the more you realize that, the more empowering it becomes as your success starts to arrive, because you've done that switch up. And it just takes time. It's like literally retraining the brain. The way Stormy is speaking, she's absolutely unshakable. Like, she is going to change worlds because she knows she is. She's got herself solid at that point. And her story is very interesting. She was a young stripper. She had a kid at 15. She had no money, and she still managed to completely reinvent herself, which is really, really inspiring. And I wanted to ask you guys, this is the bit that stuck out to me the most, actually, one of the most incredible bits. When you find your mentor, make yourself the biggest story. And I want to explain why. When I met Allison, I had this exact mindset. I was like, if Allison's going to take me on and invest time with me, I'm going to do the best that I can, not only for myself, but for her. I had this incredible, desire to really like reward Alison basically for taking me on. And it's such an interesting thing because I've never heard it or really thought about it until I heard Stormy say that. But if you're going to go on with someone, you know, make them proud, like let's do it together. It's like this community thing. And then the question, are you the right student? Are you the right student? Are you showing up the way that you can? Are you showing up in all ways? Are you making excuses? Are you trying to, you know, it's like, wow. And then I thought about myself and I was like, am I the best student? And then you can, you know, write down on a piece of paper where you can improve. Because sometimes for us, it's easier. For me at the beginning, when I had no belief, I was like, I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for someone else. I'm doing it for my mom. I'm doing it for Alison. And then now, obviously, it's shifted. But at the beginning, it's sometimes easier to do things for someone else while we're still in that space. So, well, you already do, Sam. You're amazing. So I just wondered if anyone wants to like bring up any points from the call that they found specifically stuck out. I'm going to be posting this in the Kind Human Facebook Messenger group. I just love this video because I personally love her direct approach. It's like no bullshit. She doesn't mollycoddle anyone. It's like you get it or you don't. You're with me all the way or you're not. And I really appreciate that because I work well under those conditions. So she speaks to me when she does that. I'm like, I would do what she said. There's nothing else but directness. You want to get to the top, you do what I say. That's it. Yeah, tough love. It's one of my favorites, but I want to open it in case anyone wants to share. Otherwise, I'm going to send this video. I've got my notes as well if anyone wants to see those. But yeah, I loved that one.
Alice, you said something in the chat during the video, which was to divorce your upline. I know first time I heard that, I was kind of like, divorce my upline? What? I love my upline. You kidding me? I'd never divorce my upline. But can you just share what you mean by that?
Yes, thank you, Eric. It's very related to what I was saying before. It's a term Alison taught me. Divorce your upline. Get to the point where you responded, Eric, a really amicable, lovely divorce. So you are still on the same team. You work really well together, but I don't ask Alison for much. I connect to, when I have a call, I'll connect it through her calendar and let her know. When I have a question, I'll message her. I'll send her love throughout the day, but I'm not asking her to send me calls. I'm not asking her for this. She's not having to chase me for things, because when we divorce our upline, we've learned everything and we've taken it upon ourselves to learn what we need to do to be like independent business owners, which is what we get to do. So, and you know, my brand partners are spectacular at this. Like they're so brilliant and they get on with it. When they have a question, they ask me, but it's not like this nannying thing. We don't have time for that. So when I say divorce, I mean like, oh my goodness, Alison and I are best friends. We speak every day, but I don't need her to run this business. I don't need her, but I love doing it with her and we do it every day. But if what the push came to shove, you know, I'm divorced from her. It's independence. It's how we become a Stormy. She doesn't need anyone. She needs no one, but she loves to have the community around, which is what she stressed. Community is everything. So that's what I meant. And you may have heard this before, but Alison definitely instilled that in me.
You know, it's a very interesting concept. And I think that we as leaders, we sometimes inadvertently breed this sense of dependency and entitlement into our VPs. Inadvertently, it's because, we sometimes we just kind of forget. But like, I'm thinking too, so how can we empower ourselves more so? So like an example that is, let's say we corporate call. So if I was your downline, Alice, instead of saying to you, well, Alice, can you send me the link to the call? I could do something. Can you show me where I can go to find a schedule of the calls? Right? That's just a small little example. In other words, we got to move away from being dependent and just relying on our upline to spoon feed us everything. And then if we're an upline, are we just spoon feeding everything? Are we like, okay, well, here you go. Here's the link. All you got to do is click on it, because we're so desperate for someone to join a call and like be active on our team. Like, no, let people do some work. Let them do work. That's why this is called building a business. That's why it's network marketing. Do the work. stop wanting people to do the work for you. That's being lazy. Be a responsible partner. Do the work. Okay, it's one thing to point you in the right direction. It's another thing to do it for you. And it's just, I don't see anything positive that comes from the dependency model, because as Ian Farrar says, 4-Star Crown, he says, we end up creating an adult daycare center. Who wants that? Where's the time freedom? Where's the leverage in an adult daycare? It's not fun. That's not a fun business. That's called I'm stressed out, I'm frustrated, I'm not having fun in this business. I'm having fun when everyone's leveling up and they feel inspired, I feel inspired, we all feel inspired to level up, not where there's this dependency model.
Yeah, Eric, that is gold. Thank you so much for that input. Absolutely. And a way that we can avoid these situations, I've learned, is pre-qualifying. Have an agreement with your new brand partner. What are you going to show up to? What can I expect from you? Where can I be an accountability and where can I push you? I love gently pushing my brand partners. I love the tough love. I'm like, you can do better, because they know they can. You can push a little bit more, dare to dream. I've got you. I see it. You know, it's this thing that you can do, but pre-qualifying with them. And then if they make agreements and don't stick to them, I'm not chasing them up. If they're not showing up on calls, I'm not going to chase them up. I don't have time. It's on them, because it's their loss at the end of the day. So, you know, be very careful with your time. Be abundant. There's so many people in the world. You're going to find your people. We don't chase. We only attract in this space. And I know, Ali G, you've had your hand up for a little while. So I'd love for you to share.
Yeah, great call, by the way. Thank you so much for showing that video. You know, her point that hit home for me the most was, don't promote the products, promote the feeling it can produce. And I know for me, that's the area I struggle most with, because number one, I haven't had major health transformations. Like I fully believe in the products. I love hearing all of your stories, but like, you know, whatever, what can you do? And I'm sure I'm going to be transforming more and more the more I use the products, right? And, you know, I'm sure that is something that is sort of a blockage for a lot of people that don't have like major health transformations. And I find myself getting on these lives, like you'll see, like I don't even really do that many lives, because I'm so focused on just the details of the products. Oh, it's 7 layers microscopic purity testing. And it's like, and it's so interesting that you guys say people don't care about that, because that's what I care about most. I care if someone was to say to me, organic, 98% active enzymes, 7-layer purity testing. That's what would get my motion going. Not like, oh yeah, I had a lot of energy, because there's like a lot of things that give energy. There's a lot of things that help with skin. So it's so that's the point that, and have you heard that a lot from people that you've worked with, that's the main thing that they struggle on? You know, just shifting to just the feelings and not being so detail oriented.
Thank you. I think that's a good question. And honestly, most of my team are feeling oriented, because I am. So I attract people like me. So honestly, the first thing I learned in this business is stories sell, and people aren't interested in all the information, which in my experience has been true. People get bored and don't want to listen when I start reeling off science. They're attracted to me personally because they hear my story and they're like, this woman, she's changed, she's so vulnerable. But your audience will be different than mine. And I think that's wonderful, because we need both. We need the science people and we need the feeling people. So I think here, this is where maybe for me, I need to speak a little bit more science. Sometimes, like today I tried and it wasn't great, but I tried my best. And then maybe you could speak more to, like, I know a lot of things give you energy, but this is a different thing. I feel that it's different. It's a whole nother ball game. And just like, even if, you know, talk about ingredients a little bit more. That's what I do. People love to know about ingredients, but I've heard it the other way, to which I'd say to people like, oh, I need to speak science. I'm like, you don't worry about it, because in my realm of team, people just don't care unless they're athletes. right? The athletes will want to hear the science. So I get them on a call with, Eric or with Ian or someone who can speak, at Taz. I can't speak to science at all. You can. So you've got a whole different, and this is why I love this business, because we get everyone. Because the people that like what I say, what you say won't like what I say. They're like, there's not enough science there. It could be just like witchcraft. You know what I mean? But with you, you get that. So that's what I'd say. Just do more your strength, but balance. I don't know if Eric wants to add to that, but that's what I'd feel cool to share about that.
Thank you.
I think that was a wonderful answer. Instead of like Allison, you will blow your business up if you lead with feeling and then facts. Like you could just take wherever you're at, exponential growth, if you just with what people really want. They want to know how this is going to make them feel first. And then once they know that make them feel really good, then tell me how it actually works. That's the way most brains. And what, the thing is that humans have this innate thing where they assume that because their brain works a certain way, that everyone's brain works just like their brain. And that's not the way the world is. Okay, everyone's brain works a little bit differently. Now we can say what we want to appeal to, because we want to try to reach as many people as we possibly can with this lifestyle and this nutrition. Let's speak to the majority of people. Let's tailor our approach. Majority of people think. Most people do not want to be sold to. Would you agree with that? They don't feel like someone is selling them on something. And so that's why a very product-based and fact-based approach tends to flounder a lot of times, is because people feel like that is, you're selling them something. You're trying to persuade them and convince them instead of inspire them. When you speak to the emotions and the feelings that are behind the decisions people make, you are inspiring them to make a decision instead of selling them on that decision. That's why a lot of times people push back. Frankly, a lot of people don't want to join network marketing because they say, I don't like selling. I mean, how many times do we hear that? That objection? No, I don't want to do network marketing because I don't like to sell. I don't like anything sales related. And it's like, it's probably the way you've heard network marketing presented is a very sales-based, fact-based approach instead of speaking to the feelings and emotions behind the decisions we make. So I really think if you bring in that unique approach, and then bring the facts in when necessary. It doesn't mean that, okay, we're not talking about extremes here. Like I'm just going to speak feelings and emotion-based and never bring up facts. Once the feelings are engaged, once you've really engaged your audience, inspired them, now you say, let me explain to you why I just inspired. So in other words, because decisions are made from the emotion center, and then our brains actually, it's called rationally drown out our emotions. They literally, our brains support whatever. In other words, if something makes you feel happy, your brain can tell you 100 reasons why you're happy. If you feel sad, your brain's going to tell you, well, every reason why you feel sad now. That's the way our brains work. Decisions are made from the emotions, not from, they're already made, by the way. By the time the brain, this is science now, I'm speaking some psychological science. By the time the decision is made, so the brain comes in secondarily. Even though you think, I haven't made my decision yet, I'm going to bring facts and then I'll make my decision. Believe it or not, science proves that decisions are made within milliseconds, actually. So your decision of whether you're going to proceed or not it's probably not more than a few milliseconds. Okay, like if you get a telemarketer that calls you on the phone and is like, hey, Allison, I have this thing I'm calling you about. You've already decided in your mind within seconds if you're going to listen or not. You don't know any facts. You haven't even heard what their product or service is. You've decided already. And then if you decide I'm going to proceed, now you're like, tell me the facts. I want to know every reason why I want to proceed. And now you're going to gather information to either support or deny what you've already decided, basically. And this all happens on the subconscious level. And they've done tons of studies on this, a lot of psychological stuff. It's all subconscious. And most of the time, we don't even have awareness of when we've already made the decision. But it's driven by emotion. So if you speak to that, and then you come in afterwards with the rational drowning part of it, ninja, your next level, untouchable, unstoppable, business explodes type thing, and teach your BPs to do the same. And the other thing I would say about the story, Allison, the story for you, sometimes the story may be the solution that Purium provided for your clients, which ended up being a solution for you. Okay, like I had 10, 20 clients that were struggling incorporating nutrition into their busy schedules. Do we hear that a lot? I don't have time to eat healthy. Or I'd like to eat healthier, but it's too much. Or eating organic is very expensive. Do we hear that a lot? Okay, so probably you as a practitioner, Allison, have heard that a million times from people. Okay, so how can this solution now solve the problem? Is Allison still on here even? Yeah, she's. How can it solve the problem that you have? So your problem was, your pain point was that I can't get my clients to understand that even though they're busy, they might be a professional on the go like I was, they can still eat healthy. Can't seem to convince them of that. But guess what? I found a solution. I found something that even the busiest of people can easily incorporate into their schedule and keep up and maintain a high level of nutrition on a daily basis. Or I found something that makes what usually is not affordable, now it's affordable to them. They can have a organic meal, the equivalent of 6 superfood salads for between $2 and $3. They can get that kind of, so you see how like the story is, I'm a practitioner that struggled getting their clients to eat healthy. They would tell me all the time, I'm too busy to eat healthy. I'm too busy to stop and eat a meal or cook. Eating healthy is too expensive. I heard that time and time again, but I found a solution. This has helped my clients so much. And if it helps my clients, it helps me. So it's really been a huge solution for me as well. See, that's your story. So your story may not be that I lost 50 pounds and I was knocking on death's door. I was, near death, and then I went to vibrant health. That may not be your story. The story could be, here's how it helped my clients within my practice, and that's really helped me exponentially. That's a powerful story to other practitioners that you may encounter who need a solution as well. They're in the same predicament. They're all pretty much in the same predicament. They're looking for easy solutions and systems that can work for the majority of their clientele. Something simple, easy to implement, affordable. They're all looking for those things because it'll help their clients maintain the lifestyle, not just do a temporary 1-week program or month, 30-day program, like something sustainable. They all struggle with that. I talk to them all the time, and they tell me the same things all the time. And so we have a solution. Talk about that solution. Talk about what that's done for your clients and for you as a practitioner.
Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. That was so important. Very, very important. And I want to respect everyone's time. Thank you so much for coming on, Eric. Oh, you trying to say something? I want to speak over you.
I told Alice to send her my PayPal later.
Special one-on-one training with the best of the best here, guys. Sending donations. I'm kidding, but thank you so much for coming on. I'm gonna put that video into YouTube. I apologize for my sound. And thank you, Eric, for those pearls of wisdom. I didn't know that you were coming on, but I'm really excited that you did. So keep going. Tomorrow is the end of UBT and Widen Your Reach. So make sure that you're focusing towards that. And yes, we will be seeing you soon. So much love, guys. Thank you.